unless you can tell me that New England's offensive line is going to improve in just pure pass blocking ability, I would tell him, if I'm his agent, go find that group of guys who are going to afford you the most protection, give you a good, if not great, run game, and then just be part of an offense. Don't go somewhere where you got to be the dude. Like, we don't want that, because we really don't know if you have
I hear that, but Jeff,
let's make sure you can build in there.
Jeff, I appreciate the point about the Colts, because the Colts got the best guard, and they spent a very high draft pick on him, the best interior lineman, I think, in the game, and a guy who's just a difference maker, no question. They built that team right, and now they need to find their quarterback. I'm saying I don't think Carson Wentz is ready to be that quarterback. You bring up Mahomes and how he was pressured. Yeah, Mahomes, I thought, was spectacular. I thought he was spectacular in the Super Bowl. He was on the run for his life, pressured more than anyone ever, but with a lower blitz rate than anyone ever, right, on dropbacks. So he's always running for his life. No one's ever open. He threw 3 touchdown passes in the end zone. Hit 2 guys in the face and 1 in the hands. Like, he was unbelievable. That's not what Carson Wentz did a couple of years ago. What Carson Wentz did even last year, Jeff, at the end of that season when everyone was lauding him for bringing his team to victory. In fact, he got healthy against an extremely weak NFC East. And even then, he was turning the ball over on 3rd down in the 4th quarter. They were lucky to recover. He was beating these backup quarterbacks in the NFC East. But, Jeff, everyone in the NFC East was beating those same quarterbacks right around that time, worse than Wentz was beating them. I really did not think he played well. I was sounding the alarm on first take all the second half of last year. I see this as a continuation. Jeff, the reason I bring all that up is because what I'm saying about Carson Wentz is, of course you're right if he's protected. He's better throwing on the run, although he doesn't move the way he used to, but maybe he could. But my point about Wentz is more than anything, it's upstairs. It's a humility issue. It's an adjustment issue. It's an issue of really taking accountability for his play and for leadership, not just in word, but in deed. And so when I look for the right fit, to me, it's not about the X's and O's and about the pieces on the field. It's about the coaching staff and a place where Wentz could really get that part fixed or that part worked on. That's why I said the Patriots. Any other team that you would bring up, I'd want to know about the coaching staff and Wentz's attitude toward that.
Yeah, listen, I agree with you on the coaching staff portion, but I think it's the opposite. I don't think you need a leader at quarterback if you go to the Patriots, right? McDaniels has a very strong personality. So does Bill. You know, both those guys, they have a certain way they want to go do it. They'll allow you to be you to a certain degree, but ultimately they're going to be the guys who carry the water in that locker room. And so from Wentz's perspective, there's not going to be any leadership required. So from just the actual learning the leadership part, from the X's and O's, I think Frank Reich is probably the one. If he's not the best, he's one of the top 3 play callers, and they have the ability to complete it. Like, why did Tom want to leave New England? Partly because of what was on the outside. Like, you're asking him to go back in, and it's not just going to be the mental part. I understand what you're saying about the mental part, but there also have to be guys around that can make you better than you are. And that's every position in the league, Max. Like, the guys you play with matter. So you're going to go to a group where now you have to be that guy no matter who's on the outside. I think that's a tall order to get. And it's not like the Patriots have produced tons of receivers over the past 20 years. Tom Brady has created those guys, but man, now you're asking him to create those receivers. I think that's a tall order to ask right there.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.